It's not like an Uber book करा जब है OTP दे दिया तो गाड़ी में बैठ गया तो निकल गया. That's not how it works. I don't think that qualifies as a spoiler if you're 2 months into it.
It wasn't required.
Yeah. Consistency.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Couple of Corners, where we take F1 very seriously, just not on time. So after starting during the summer break and missing out on the Hungarian Grand Prix, we will talk about the F1 movie starring Brad Pitt, 2 months after it was released. See, they said that if you're starting a channel, you have to be consistent. And we are consistent.
Late.
Consistently late. And that's a promise. Speaking of promises, let me introduce my wife, Anisha, who has promised to be my teammate for life.
Hi everyone and hi. Our consistency is just like the Ferrari's pit wall.
That's a good one, nice. So anyway, let's start talking about the F1 movie now.
Yes. I'll be honest, I liked the movie. It was fun to watch.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
They're not, I like how it was just a good movie.
Yeah.
Not a great movie. No. It's fine.
It was just fine. We watched it in IMAX.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to watch it. The whole thing, the one thing I noted, I think you realized that the racing scenes were shot very well.
Fantastic. To a limit, as in where while watching the movie, a thought came in my mind. I don't know if I shared this with you, but I was like, we should play F1, the video game, in a theater. Can we really book a theater to play the F1 game? So that's how as in
Interesting thought.
Yeah, that's how good the effects in the theater was. The racing scenes were fantastic.
That makes sense because the same team that did Top Gun Maverick were behind the F1 movie, Bruckheimer, everyone. So it's fantastically, the race scenes were fantastic.
Yeah.
The story, not so much.
The Carlos Sainz scene was absolutely, it was apt, it was right there. As in any girl would walk up to a random racer and ask, do you know Carlos Sainz?
I don't think that qualifies as a spoiler if you're 2 months into it. So if you haven't yet watched the F1 movie and you feel that you're getting spoilers, that's on you, bro. Also, speaking of Carlos Sainz scene apt, the Verstappen scene was also apt.
It was bang on.
He goes by, gives the finger and just goes by. Yeah, that's Max Verstappen to a T.
Yes.
Also, one scene one section I didn't like was the romance thing was kind of pointless.
Yeah, I found it as in it wasn't required.
Yeah.
They just pushed it in.
The romance angle was pointless. The female pit crew one, that came in. There's no point to. There was not really a pay. It didn't pay off very well.
Inaccuracies also, now that we are there, we're talking about the pit girl and everything. There were some major inaccuracies in the movie.
Yeah, if you're F1, if you properly know F1, you watch that and then you realize this is not how. Okay, get spoiler warning for a 2-month-old movie, in the sense that you can't just walk in and drive an F1 car on race day. Brad Pitt's character, Sonny Hayes, walks in mid-season. Immediately his first experience in the F1 car is one practice, internal testing, and then his next time he's in the F1 car is during the race. No qualifying, no free practice, nothing. You can't just coming in and driving the bloody car. You can't do it. It's not like an Uber book करा जब है OTP दे दिया तो गाड़ी में बैठ गया तो निकल गया. That's not how it works. ठीक है? There is super license plate. There are multiple pathways to F1.
Exactly.
I get it. Sonny was an F1 driver. He was portrayed as a former F1 driver, but that's not how things work. You can't just walk in.
If you don't qualify, you don't do the race.
It was a nice, good summer blockbuster.
It was a summer movie,
It was nice where you go and you watch the movie, you come back. I think it's gonna be on Apple TV or something soon. So watch it there if you haven't.
Yeah, if you I don't know if it's still playing in the theaters because 2 months old. Sorry about that. But watch it in IMAX. It's really as in the sounds and the effects are really nice there.
Yeah, overall, I think the movie is clearly aimed right.
Yeah, for new F1 folks.
Who in the right mind would target a growing F1 community going around the globe, right? Who would do that? I think the next time what we should do is we should review the Grand Prix movie. It was released in 1960 and apparently it was released in 60s and apparently it's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
Like for a time, it had cameos from the stars of genre. Apparently it had like Fangio and all those guys are in the movie. So it's something that we can check out definitely, right?
And it also keeps us consistent with being late, like being 60 years late.
Consistency.
Yes. Anyways, thank you so much. That was our rant on the F1 movie. But as in, you do share what you think about the movie. Did you watch it? And also please follow us and subscribe. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye bye.